Howdy folks, welcome back to Out of Ore episode 3, and it has come to my attention after watching episode 2 that we're going to have to spend some more money, which in return, that means we're going to have to get another loan. We only have $62,000. Now we could, without getting a loan, we might be able to still make this work. Now what I am talking about is I have set up my wash plant to not be the most efficient way that I possibly can make it off right off the bat. So what I am talking about of doing is we kind of need to get a wash plant. So I think we're going to need to get a wash plant in line. So I'm thinking what we might be able to do is actually just kind of set this hopper back a little bit further, maybe back into here, and we are going to get a wash plant. I don't want to get the sluice box, so let's take a look at that. Go to the store just to take a look at what I am talking about here. Not buildings, we want factories and we want production. So I want to get a wash plant right there. So I want the pay dirt to go in, which is going to be the dirt pay dirt, and then everything else is going to get washed out into the diamond, gold, ruby, and silicon, which is going to break down, and we'll be able to sell those items for a little bit more. So for only 28,000, I guess we don't really need to get ourselves another loan. I just need to figure out how we're going to put this in place. So I'm going to run into town and go grab the wash plant and bring it up here, and we will get it all hooked up. So I will catch you back here in just a second, and we'll be right back. All right, we're back up here. We just quick jumped right to the loader here. All right, so let's get some quick work done. I did only purchase ourselves the wash plant and some blocks. So we are going to have to start dismantling this and that. And I'm hoping we can get this big hopper. Let's try to put the wash plant up here. We're going to get this a snap mode. All right, so hopefully, can we get this on here? I'm not quite sure. Let's see. Might need to put some blocks down, maybe. And we do have some blocks, so those will go down underneath. Okay, that should work just fine. We're going to have to now get the hopper. All right, so we're going to need to get ourselves the 4 up. Let's get that set in place. Like so. And hopefully this hopper will fit right where it needs to. Right there. And we'll throw those blocks underneath it just for some motional support. Get it? Motional support. All right, that was a little lame. Anywho, let's continue to get these blocks down underneath there. See if I can get that in there. Perfect. Just like that. All right, can I get you down in there? I don't think I can. There we go. All right, so we got some of those. Now we should be able to hook up our our power. Can I reach it? Can I reach it? I can't quite reach it. We might have to do some moving of some things. All right, so let's I don't like this here. Let's get rid of some of that dirt. There's no need for that dirt to be there. It's gonna mess up our process. All right, let's get some of this broke down as well. All right, now we should be able to grab the... All right, we'll just hook it to this. Hook. And hook. All right, hopefully we shouldn't need anything bigger, so that should work. 500, that's already running, so we only got 500 on this load. And we got that turned down, so we're actually only using 353, so that's actually good. All right, so everything should be running. We don't have water hooked up to this thing yet. Okay, now we should be able to run our first stuff through. Now we should be able to start collecting different ores inside of there. So let's go grab a quick scoop of dirt real quick. Yeah, let's just come right on over here and grab ourselves a quick little scoop of some stuff. Dump it in there and see what it's going to look like. Let's hope that we got it all set up the way it's supposed to. So All right. First scoop in. I'm hoping that this is going to work. And then that way we can start selling some of those ores for better profits. Because, yeah, we are negative. We are in the hole. Big time. All right, which this, I kind of like this. This is going to work a little bit better here. All right, let's check that out. Everything's shooting through. Yes, it is. Perfect. All right, everything's going through there. And yes, now we are getting different ores. Perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. Now we can choose to break things down if we want to. That's the exact way I wanted this thing to work out. And then let's make sure. So we're going to take this pay dirt back out. Now this should only be collecting dirt on the backside. So we're going to go put this back in and run it back through the wash plant. So let's put that in there and let that thing consume. All right, let's go grab a few more buckets, and I kind of want to do some work with that, and I do have a surprise for you guys. So, oh gosh, all right, okay. So I do have a surprise for you guys. As I was down in the shop, we decided to get some TNT to try to get that rock face down. So let's get some explosions in on that. There we go. Now we got a little bit of a pile to pick up. Heck yeah! All right, that was fun. That was expensive, but fun at the same time. All right, now we can should be able to scoop right into this. There we be. Now, does anybody know, by putting this into overload, kind of like what the bulldozer does it delete the material? Let me know down in the comments. Does it delete the material when this thing goes into the overload section of the bucket? All right, so we got a lot of work to do here. We got a lot of material to be moving here, so we're gonna be kind of trucking away, getting this stuff all done. Might hop up and just do a quick little time lapse of this. Oh gosh, we're digging in too deep there. All right, a couple other buckets. Definitely, I think the next thing that we're going to want to do, especially if we're doing some of this open face stuff here, is probably look at the purchase of a new, maybe a little bit bigger front loader. But we got some time to do that yet because we don't have a whole lot of money. I know we could probably take out a loan. We could probably do that. You know, I'm not afraid to take out loans in this game because I do know that you will make the money back. So that's always a plus, that you will make the money back regardless. So it's not that big of a deal. It would be kind of nice if there was some implementation to where it would actually take funds out of your balance, right? You take a loan out and there's some actual interest rate that would basically make like monthly payment type things, or however they need to implement this in there. I know there's not really months in this game. So maybe like a time frame, like a set time frame or something like that, to where you can basically, you know, make sure that you're trying to hit those goals of making money, and you know that there's going to be money taken out of your account to repay all that stuff back. So that would be kind of something that'd be very interesting to see get put into this game. So far, I am enjoying this update. It is, it actually feels good to me, and I have been away for a little bit. And I know I had a kind of a lengthy discussion with one of the Discord members. And if you guys want to get into some of those discussions or whatever it is, there'll be a link down in the description to be able to join the Discord. So we were kind of talking about realism and new equipment and like things that they can put into the game, right? So it is a small dev team, and they are, in my opinion, I think they're doing okay. They're doing fine. You know, the community is a lot bigger than the dev team, and they are working as fast as they possibly can. Now, everybody's going to have their own differing opinions, which is completely fine. But the conversation kind of went like this. We were talking about how he was not, so he was kind of half and half on how he liked the update. So the big thing was he felt that there could have been more equipment. I felt that there was enough equipment because that's going to be the hardest thing, in my opinion, to implement into the game, right? So because they gotta process, or not, excuse me, they don't have to process. They have to create the actual equipment. So like this here, you know, they got to create the tires. And I know that there's assets and things like that they have in the game, but you're talking about making a piece of equipment functional within a game that it takes a lot of time, a lot of effort. Now, do I think that there could be some more underground stuff? Yes and no. I don't do a whole lot of underground. I don't understand the underground stuff a whole lot. I do know equipment is typically smaller, but with talks of him and knowing a couple other people throughout the community, underground seems like that's something that they kind of want, which I do hope that they give. I know there was a couple things that were talked about, for instance, like the train system, like a system that you could possibly put like rails and have, like, I would call it like coal cars, that you would be able to load things up, and then it would actually bring it up and out of the underground up top, and then you could basically have a storage unit or a dump site or something like that, and make that a little bit more feel like a more functional underground situation, right? So those are kind of some things that were discussed. There was actually a lot more than that, but to go into great details, a little bit long for you guys. But anywho, we're going to kind of keep scooping on some of this stuff, and hopefully we can get our money backs a little bit and start continuing to upgrade our equipment. Okay, we got quite a bit of this stuff kind of scooped out of there. We're just going to kind of smack down some of this to kind of level this stuff out. We're going to let that finish running through the plant there, and then we're going to check to see roughly what we have for any diamonds, ores, things like that. And then maybe we'll do another blast to kind of get some of that stuff knocked down there and make ourselves another pile. But we're going to come through and make sure that is empty. Good. All right, so everything should have gone through here. We got a pretty good stack. We almost got some more coal. I wouldn't mind finding a little bit more of that, just because we can do the, the quest for the coal, and we're doing fairly good with that. Let's go check, make sure that this is all just dirt, which I think, yes, it is all dirt. Okay, so we can, let's see, dirt. There's really no good process for dirt. Basically, that's just going to get sold for cheap money. All right, so we have everything's running. Let's continue to try to find some more coal, which I don't know. A lot of this is looking like just some regular pay dirt right up here. Let's grab the TNT out of the tractor, or out of the loader. Grab some more of that, and let's see. We should be able to do some blasting, right? So let's go up. Is this, we're on grid build? Can you put this on snap build? We'll try grid build. Is that automatically the radius? I think it is. I think that is automatically the radius, isn't it? Maybe not. Maybe I'm just losing it. I'm not quite sure. Let's place one there. Place one. That looks too close. There. Let's see. If anybody knows how to do this a lot better, leave a comment down below, because we would take your expertise, I guess you would call it. There's that one. There's that one. That one, and we'll throw one up right there. All right, stand back, everybody. Here we go for blast number 2. Get behind the bucket. It'll be okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heck yeah. That's what I'm talking about. All right. We got another pile to pick up. So, whew, we're going to start picking up some more of these piles. Well, we're finding a little bit more coal, kind of in this general area. We did kind of pile over the top of it when we did our blasting there. So we're gonna kind of try to focus on maybe scooping out this section of the pile and see if we can get any more coal. If not, I might run into the underground portion and just go get a big old scoop of some coal down in there. So if we don't get this coal, here out of these last few couple scoops in here, we're gonna go straight into the underground and grab some and bring it out here and let it process. Now we haven't found any other ores off the top of my head without looking at the periodic table. I'm pretty sure all we found is the carbon, the dirt. Carbon actually might be the only thing that we've actually have found. Yeah, I can't think of anything else that we have found. So, all right. Well, that's kind of a bummer. We are low on fuel. So with that, I'm gonna run into the mine. We should have enough. Gonna run into the mine. Grab myself a bucket of coal, and then I think we're gonna have to do a clean out. Yeah, definitely gonna have to do a clean out. All right, so let's sneak in there. Hopefully we get enough fuel. I think one of the main things that we're going to have to do here is we're going to, instead of running these things all the way back down into the into town at this point in time, I think what we're going to want to do is probably try to get ourselves a fuel barrel for sitting up here. Not quite sure what that's going to cost us, but we should be able to afford it, right? All right. This should be the... Yes, this is the place for it. All right, we got ourselves the coal. Give us the coal. All of it. Give us all of the coal. All right, we got all the coal. That's enough, casual. Enough of the goofiness. I'm just kidding. I'll never give up my goofiness, guys. All right, back out we go. We're going to reverse this baby. All the way back out. Oh yeah, professional reverser. Out we go. Let's kick it up into third gear. Hopefully we don't get too squirrely and lose control and crash. Oh gosh, we're bouncing pretty good. Look at that. This might be the scoop we need right here. This is going to put us over the top. That is putting us over the top there, guys. All right, that is finished. We're going to let that thing... yeah, we're going to let that thing kind of clean itself out here. That's looking mighty good. Looking real good. That stinking shrub needs to go. That one and that one. All right, perfect. All right, let's go and get ourselves a clean out. And let's grab ourselves. We didn't quite make all of the coal. Dang it. Dang it. We're going to need some more coal. I thought that would have put us over the top there. Apparently it did not. Okay. We're going to risk it. We are going to risk it. We are running desperately low on fuel. So let's go grab another scoop. We're going to grab another scoop, guys. Hopefully we do not end up in the no fuel. That would not be good. All right, we got to make this quick. Hopefully we can use our momentum to propel us through this. Man, I sure would have thought that that big old scoop of coal right in that bucket would have just put us over the top. Apparently not, though. All right, let's get back in. Let's get back into here. All right. We cannot lose any bit of this. Oh, look at that maneuvering skills there, guys. We kind of did take out the corner of that there, but that's not a big deal. Not that big of a deal. Get this one dumped right in the hopper. We might as well go in for one more while we're at it. What do you guys think? One more? Yeah, let's go in for one more. Whew, that was a... Alright, going in for another one. Let's get it. Pop that baby into third gear. Hammer down. Oh yeah. I do really like the lighting that they did, they implemented with this. Because I can remember with everything underground, everything was so bright. This now makes it feel more like darkness, right? The lighting feels good in this. All right, another ginormous scoop of coal. I am pretty surprised though that we hadn't got it on that first one, so we will check to see. I would sure hope that 3 giant scoops of this would get us to the glory land of the oh, what do you want to call it? Oh, fuel's empty. That's not good. All right, so this has to push us over the top. It's got to give us enough to be able to get a fuel barrel. I don't think there's a chance that we even get this thing all the way down. All right, we're gonna let that wash out. I think while we're in here, let's set the TNT and the detonator in there. All right, let's see what we got here. So the yes, we should have enough. All right, so we're gonna take this quest and we're gonna keeping the lights on. So that's gonna give us a lot more XP. Oh shoot, they've upped that. All right, holy cows. Okay, so that changes a little bit, doesn't it? Yeah, that most certainly does change a little bit. All right, so we need 7,300. That's not good. 7312 for that. Oh, that's for iron. Ooh, all right. So I guess we need a lot more coal, but we're going to leave the coal in there and we're going to take all these ores. I think we should get, we did discover some stuff because we just picked it up. I think we're going to get ourselves a little wash plant, a little sluice plant. So we're going to run down to the store. Actually, let's take a look and see. Is it going to cost us anything different in here? Production. I think that's under buildings, I believe. Workbenches. All right. So you're 1920s, 9267. And the ore smelter is 20,000. So we have enough for the small little wash plant, but we don't need that because the only thing it's going to extract is the let's see, gold ore and gems. So it's going to turn it into gems. So do we really need that right now? Let's just go maybe sell that stuff. What's the price tags? Ore prices. All right, so we got some gold ore. So you are getting a pretty good price for that. 27, 29. Does anybody know 35? Okay, does anybody know what am I missing here? So the Glenmore Trading, the Lump Sum Group, the Michusini and Company, the Mineral Rights and Wrongs, and the Slagator Industries. How come their prices never fluctuate, chat? Do you guys know? Could you guys let me know down in the comments down below? Because I don't know. The only one that seems to change is you're changing from, yeah, or else and Bethlehem Steel. So as of right now, the only thing that's really changing is that stuff. So we're going to run down. We're going to, I think, what is the fuel barrel? The fuel station's only 2572. So I would like to see if we could, let's pick this up. Vehicle, let's return that to inventory. We're going to carry this thing in our pocket, guys. We're pretty strong like that. So we're going to run down to the ore company and get ourselves trade or sell our stuff here and see what kind of money we can make, and then drop our front loader off. Holy cows, words are tough right now. We're going to drop our front loader off at the fuel station and fuel that up and see what the difference is between purchasing the fuel tank from our inventory compared to purchasing it from the store. And look at that. Talked long enough. We made it all the way down to or else trading. All right. So does it matter? Can we, I would imagine, because we're here, I would say that we want to drop our gold 15,000, 3,000, 6,000. All right, we're doing it. We're doing it. We need the money. And guess what? You get the dirt. You get the dirt. All right, we're back up to 41,000. Now, I don't think, because that's going to be under buildings, so we don't have anything there. Materials, we're all good. Okay, so we need to go to our trusty place right over Iron Johnson place. Unless we can pick it up here. I don't think we can, though. We'll check it out before we go up. We gotta run this way anyways. All right, so we are at Glenmore Trading. They do have the fuel station. It's 2574. Let's just check the inventory and go directly to the store. And whoops. So it is the same price, so it don't matter here on that. So we're going to purchase that. 2574. We're going to purchase that. Vehicles, we are far off from vehicles being able to purchase anything. 100,000 is our next one, next big front loader. The excavators are kind of not really important to us right now. A truck would be kind of nice, but they're kind of spendy. Holy cows. All right, where did that front loader go? Was that the only one that we can get? I'm thinking we got to go and actually go up to the Johnson Trading Equipment. So we're going to head up there, check out to see what they got for equipment, and see what our next purchase possibly could be. Well, we made it back over to Iron Johnson Equipment, and we're going to take a look. $530,000 for that excavator. We don't need that at this point in time. The only thing that looks like it's available to us is the same loader, I feel. I think it's the same loader wherever that went to. Where'd it go? All right, so we have the L10, which is what, 8.5, or is that, yeah, 9.5? 9.5 cubic yards, but that's 254,000. So what's the difference between this? 9.5. So another yard worth of material for 100,000. I don't know if it's worth it. I think you almost kind of wait till you get to this L10. Yeah, I think you're gonna have to wait till we get to this L10. Man, all right. So we're gonna wait for that. We're gonna run back up to the store, or back up to the claim, and start, trying to make some money. Okay, so I think I figured something out here, guys. So as I was looking, I stopped at the Glenmore Trading because I was curious. I'm thinking, well, why can't I just set up an automatic sell point for the dirt and just have it dump right into there? And then I don't ever have to do that. And hopefully that would continuously tick up our money a little bit. So when I was looking, I hopped into here and I hopped into the building section here at Glenmore and Trading Company, and they have different sell points, which is really cool at the same time, because your different ores that you have at that point in time, right? So if you go into the ore prices, so Glenmore is the same, lump sum group is the same. So these, basically these 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are all pretty much the same. Now, my only thing is, are these the competitive companies? Let me know down in the comments. Are these the companies, without going over into the mining office over there? Are those the competitive stores? Which I think they might be. So there is one of those things where you're going to get more money for bringing it or else, but we just physically want to sell some regular dirt. Which, can you sell regular dirt, or is that not even a thing? It's not even on the market. Okay, so this is like almost like a sell directly to, without bringing stuff to the bringing it to the store. So I don't see dirt on here, so I'm not quite sure what the difference is. Sell point Bethlehem, which we could just sell it to that. I don't know that there's, I don't think that there's a difference. Sell point rights, where was that one at? Place this at any physical sell. Place this at any physical sell place. Goods delivered here are sold to the specified company. Okay, so let's just try it. Sell point rights. I don't know that there's anything. Whoops. Yeah, I don't know what the sell point rights is. Does anybody else know what that is? We're digging pretty deep into this, to be honest with you. All right, so if we grab the or else, that seems to be the better commodity of selling coal. And yeah, so maybe can we buy the or else? You can. So they're all the same price. So we're just going to purchase one. Puts us in the hole a little bit, but I'm okay with that. Let's see. What are we going to need out of that? What do we have in our inventory? So I would need to put something. We might have to do some rearranging when we get up there. So we'll run up to the claim and kind of think through this process of where we want to put the sell point. And maybe we just plop it down and we take out the ore from the storage container and then just sell it. So physically take it out, just drop it right in the sell point. So if you guys are playing solo like I am on this playthrough, this might be a good potential thing that you could do. So you, at least in the beginning, that you can, so you don't have to make the big trips back and forth through town, right? You can just buy the sell points, or a couple of them. And I guess hopefully we get some answers in the comments or just through discussion on the sell points that we got, the different sell points here. All right, so this is the place that I would actually really like to put it. But I think part of my problem is we go this way with it. So if we go, can I just send that through the pass-through? I don't want the free build. I want snap build. So, can I just turn the pass-through on through this? We can. So we are making money, which is good. I just don't know if we are losing anything, if we should put a chute on there. Chat, let me know if we should put a chute on that. Are we losing money like you do lose material when you do it this way. So if you guys want to let me know down in the comments, that'd be awesome. That's kind of a nice little thing there. We're just directly selling the dirt, which is good. All right, time to set up this fuel station. We're going to set this thing. Let's see. Let's just set this thing right over here. It really doesn't matter. Right about there. And then that means then we can throw this down. All right. We should be good now. Now we continuously sell. We should be continuously making some money, which should be good. All right, refuel that sucker. All right, perfect. Max fuel capacity. Here we go. All right, we got a lot of dirt to go. So that's going to be it for this episode. If you guys did enjoy this content, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like on this video, and there'll be a link down in the description to join the Discord. I got a lot of dirt to move, so I'm going to start moving some dirt. Hopefully get ready for episode 4, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good one.